Hi everyone, I'm back. So this is my second video. It's your basic, actually not basic. I kind of went all out with this look. I guess you could say it's a copper like orangish. I don't know. I would say copper glitter cut crease. This was just what I was inspired to do. So if you like my look, please keep on watching. So I already went ahead and did my eyebrows and primed my eyelids with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And right now I am putting the shade M4 from my Smashbox palette with my Sigma E40 brush. And for my eyebrows, I use the same Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. For my crease color, I'm using MAC Soft Brown. And I don't remember the name of the brush, but I will link it down below in the description for you guys. And I'm just using windshield wiper motions and then switching my brush sideways so it could blend upwards. To deepen up my crease, I'm going into my Modern Renaissance palette and I'm using Raw Sienna with the same brush. And I'm just gonna do the same motions as I did with the soft brown, making sure everything is well blended. So the key to this look is blending. The more you blend, the smoother your colors will look. To make my crease pop more, I'm gonna go in with Real Gar from the Modern Renaissance palette using the same brush, and this is really gonna make my crease pop. And since I'm using copper glitter, I decided to go with a more orangey tone. And I'm sorry if I'm so awkward. I'm still getting kind of used to like recording videos and YouTube and all of that. So I decided to try something new for this video. I'm doing a voiceover. Let me know if you guys like this way better or if you like me talking in the video, explaining everything. So to define my crease and darken up my outer corner, I'm going to use Cypress Umber from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to apply that shade with my Sigma E45 brush. So to cut my crease, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Pure Beige. And this is actually my first time trying this concealer, and I really like it. It dries really fast, and the shadows and glitter sticks to it really well. And I also like the brush to cut my crease because it's really precise since it's flat and the tip comes to the tip is really thin, so it's really good to cut your crease. So I highly recommend this concealer. So what I like to do when I do cut creases is I do it little by little instead of just drawing like one big line, because when I do it little by little I can see where my crease is on each part of my eye, because my eyelid it folds, so I get a lot of like little folds in my eyelids, so it's kind of hard to cut my crease if I just do it in one swift motion. So I find that this way helps a lot better. And cut creases are actually a lot easier than they look. It's just about trying, like, you know, practice makes perfect. To set the concealer, I use the shade Vanilla from MAC Cosmetics, and I'm using the brush. I'm actually using the brush that came with my Naked 3 palette. It's a double-ended brush, but I'm using the fluffy side. And a fluffy brush is good to put on top of the concealer because it'll diffuse the eyeshadow better and it won't apply as much product as if you use a more dense brush. And that's better especially when you're going to apply glitter, so the glitter doesn't chunk up and like you don't have a thick layer on your eyelids. Also, I'm sorry if sometimes my camera loses focus. I don't know why it does that, but just a heads up that it probably will happen in my other videos too. So I like to do my eyeliner before I put on the glitter, because when you put on the glitter and then you do the eyeliner, the glitter looks kind of chunky and it doesn't apply as smooth as it would if you did it before. And I'm using the MAC gel liner and black track, and I'm applying that with my Sigma eyeliner brush, the E85. Wait, E85 or E05? I'm gonna link it down below also with the other Sigma brush. I don't know why I just can't read my brushes today. I need to get it together. So I have tried a lot of different eyeliners because I used to be a huge eyeliner fan, and I have found that using a gel pot and a brush has worked best for me. The product, I don't know, the gel liner or the gel pot just applies a lot smoother than a pencil, and than just the ones that come in the tube and just liquid liner. There you go, the liquid liner. And I've also been able to apply it more precisely, but everyone has their preference, so you could really use any liner for this look. It's up to you. To make my eyeliner look sharper, I'm just gonna go back in with the same, my LA Girl Pro concealer, and use the same brush and just clean up the edges. So I don't know if you guys remember how I said in my last video that for my eyebrows, concealer makes a really big difference with whether or not they look sharp. It's the same concept for my eyeliner. Concealer makes a really big difference with them, with whether or not my eyeliner looks sharp. To tightline my top eyelash line, I'm going to use the same eyeliner brush and eyeliner that I used on my eyelid. And I like using this one because it's a lot darker than the Ulta Dual eyeliner pencil, and it's just sticks a lot better. It doesn't smear. So when I'm doing dramatic looks like this, I like to use products that will last a lot longer and won't smear, because that makes a really big difference in whether or not your look looks fresh and it lasts a lot longer. So now I am going in with my NYX glitter primer. Well, the label says glitter primer, but it really is just glitter glue. And so far, this glitter has been really good. It's really light and it's really easy to apply. It's not like super sticky, so it won't get all over the brush. And the brush that I'm using is the same Urban Decay Naked 3 one, but this time I'm using the more thinner and dense side. So after I put my NYX glitter primer, I'm going to go in with the JCat Beauty Rockin' the Night Sparkling Powder in the shade SP217. And the reason why I only put the glitter primer onto one eye first is because if I put it on both, then the glitter will dry out, and then the glitter glue will dry out and I will just have to reapply it. And then when I apply the glitter, it'll be a really thick layer of glitter, and it's not gonna feel like good. You'll feel it every time you look up or your eyelid folds into itself. It'll just be too thick. So that's why I do it. Saying it'll fold into itself sounds like it's like some sort of animal or something like that. I don't even know why I found that so funny. It really wasn't even that funny. So applying the glitter, I would say, is probably the most tedious part of the entire look, because you have to apply it really precisely or it'll mess up the whole cut crease look. And it's okay if you do get some glitter on your eyeliner, because you can always go back and just draw over the spots where the glitter is and it'll look fine, because it's not like it'll be a huge chunk of the eyeliner on the glitter. So after I'm done applying the glitter, I'm just going to go back in with my small tapered blending brush and clean up any glitter that may have gotten on my crease. And after that, I'm going to go back into my eyeliner and just fix any parts where the glitter got onto my eyeliner. And it's exactly the same thing that I was telling you guys, and here you can see how I did it, and in the end the eyeliner will still look sharp and not chunky at all. Warning, a close-up of my face is gonna come up in a few seconds, so don't be too spooked. There it is. So that's how the eyeshadow looks up close. Yeah, pretty easy when you get the hang of it. So now I'm going to prime my face with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, the same one as I used in my other video. So I just went to Ulta and I got a new one. It's actually the same one, but that one that I got has SPF in it. So I am going to try it in my next video and I will let you guys know what I think about it. I also had to buy a new foundation because I got so dark while I was on vacation. It's crazy. I literally went like 2 shades darker. And I forgot to put my mascara on before I put the primer, but I'm just using my same Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes one, and I'm putting this on before I put my lashes. After I put my mascara, I'm going to apply my lashes, and I'm using the same lashes as I did from my last video, the Salon Perfect Go Glam Multi-Pack, and I'm using the... I can't find my glue. Oh my gosh, I need to get myself together. I am using the Dual Brush-On Glue. So remember how I said I got super dark while I was on vacation? I had to mix 2 foundations because my original one is too light for me. So I mixed my Smashbox Studio Skin with this darker foundation that I use for when I want to contour. It's the Maybelline Dream Velvet. So I just mixed those 2 together to create the shade I have right now. And to put it on, I'm just using the same brush that I used to mix it. And this is actually not my brush. This is my cousin's brush. And she left it at my house, so I've just been using it since then. And to blend that out, I'm using the Real Techniques blending sponge. This is actually my first time trying it, and I actually like it. I like how it's flat on one edge because I feel like it applies better to like the curves of my face, especially like in the area of my eyeliner and my eyebrows. Since it's really like flat on one side, it keeps my eyebrows and eyeliner really sharp. So that one is good also. And the thing about this brush is that it works really well when it's damp because it kind of softens up a bit, and when it's dry it's really dense, so it'll kind of cake up your makeup. So I suggest you use it when it's damp. So after I'm done buffing out my foundation, I'm going to contour with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick in the shade Y505. I'm literally never gonna change my contouring shade. And to buff all of that out, I'm using my Beauty Blender. It's the neutral shade one, but I don't think there really is any difference between the different colors. So I like to use a Beauty Blender when I'm contouring because it picks up more products, so it blends out my contour a lot more flawlessly, and it doesn't leave harsh lines. So the reason why I'm never going to stop using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick to contour is because the formula is so creamy and it applies so well with my skin. To cream highlight, I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. And this is also one of the products that I don't think I will ever change because the formula is so good. And this one also works really, really well with my skin. And I just like the overall like finish of it, and I like how it doesn't get patchy with my skin. And this concealer is so creamy that when you blend it out, it doesn't like thin out as other concealers. Like the Born This Way concealer is like really watery, so when you buff it out with a beauty blender, it's basically like you didn't even apply any. So, but with this concealer, no matter how much you buff it out, the product will stick and like it will show through. It won't come off. To buff this out, I'm going to use the same beauty blender that I use to buff out my contour, and I like to use the same sponge because since it has product from the contour, it'll just blend everything better into my skin than if I use separate sponges for each product. After I have buffed out all of my concealer, I'm going to bake my under eyes and my contour with my Airspun translucent powder in the shade 07041. Then I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit and buff it out with a big fluffy brush. And I'm gonna apply powder to my neck and my forehead where I didn't bake, just to set the rest of my foundation. After I apply my translucent powder, I'm gonna go into my Tarte palette and bronze up my face so I don't look too pale. And I'm going to apply that to my cheeks and my double chin and my nose and my forehead to make it look smaller. I would have to say my favorite part to contour of my face would be my nose because, I don't know, it just looks so different. Like, your nose looks so snatched when you contour it. It's just a satisfying feeling. So after I bronze my face, I'm going to go in with the same shades that I used in my crease for my bottom lash line. And I'm going to use a fluffy pencil brush so that it diffuses all the colors better and I don't have a harsh line on my under eye. Oh, and this brush comes in my Smashbox palette. And I'm going to then tightline my bottom lash line with my Ulta dual-ended eyeliner pencil. After that, I'm going to go into Cypress Umber from the Modern Renaissance palette with a Sigma flat definer brush and darken up my lower lash line and set the eyeliner pencil so it doesn't smear later on. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline mascara and apply it to my lower lashes. Then I'm going to go in with an inner corner highlight and I'm going to use a Vermeer from Modern Renaissance palette. Then I'm going to go in with my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight and apply that to the tops of my cheeks, my nose, my chin, my top lip, and my forehead. Oh, and I'm using my Sigma F35 brush. The name is faded, so I don't really know what it says, but it does say F35. I will link it down below also. And the mascara that I use on my lower lashes is the Maybelline Lash Sensational in the shade, oh, it doesn't say the shade, well, it's the black shade. And to blend out my highlight, I'm going to use my beauty blender and spray some of my MAKEUBBYJAS spray on it, and that's just gonna make sure that the product or the highlight doesn't look powdery on my skin, especially in the areas where my pores are bigger. And this really helps me because it makes everything look a lot smoother. And after that, I'm gonna go into my Milani Baked Blush, and I'm gonna apply that with a small powder brush and just blend that all out. This really brings the highlight and the bronzer together and makes everything look really smooth. This is the same brush that I used in my last video. So to finish off my look, I'm going to line my lips with a brown lip pencil. I don't know the name of this pencil. It faded because I've used it a lot, like a lot, but I know it's just a dark brown lip liner. And lining your lips when you have a dark lipstick really helps because you have a guideline to where to apply it. And the liquid lipstick that I'm using is ColourPop Cosmetics in the shade Limbo, and this will just really tie the whole look together. So this is the finished look. I hope you liked my tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and comment down below if there's any other look that you would like to see. Bye!